Evet, Multiverse Lock kanalında Disco Elysium'un bir yeni bölümüyle daha karşınızdayım. Benim yanımda Kelebek var.
Selamlar.
Kelebek'le beraber kaldığımız yerden devam ediyoruz. Nerede kaldık? Ateş eden dayıyı bulduk. Bu dayı. Ve bunun yanında da bir tane Fazmit bulduk. Şimdi Fazmit'le konuşacağız.
Dayı durur değil mi durduğu yerde?
Dayı bence durur ya durduğu yerden.
Biz Fazmit ayağına giderken
Durur ya. Durmazsan vururuz dayı.
kolumuza atlayıp kaçmasın mı?
Vururuz. Elimizde tabancamız var. Önce böceğe yaklaş. Haydi bakalım Fazmit'le konuşalım.
The creature stands on long stilt-like legs, antennae hanging from its head like a woman's hair. White and reed-like tufts stick out of its joints. As the insect moves its forearms, it produces a faint hiss. The hiss is different from the strings you heard before. It says something else in a lower pitch.
O %97 çok iyi. Aha bol bol feromon sıktırdın doğru. Birine bol bol şey sıktırmıştık. Koku. Böyle bir şey mi vardı sanki? Aa şeye o Fazmitçi dayı işte.
Chick, chick, chick, s. Chick, chick, chick, s.
It is.
You glance over your shoulder. The lieutenant holds a piece of milled aluminium.
Yaklaşsana
He
mıydı
begins
önce?
to pull it open extremely carefully. It's
Önce bunları
the
yapayım
camera.
dedim.
We need a photo. No one will believe us.
From the corner of your eye, you see a sudden cascade of motion
Önce ona
through
yaklaşayım
the
diyeyim.
Phasmid's limbs. A series of ultrasonic clicks fills you.
I won't be one of those fools who didn't take a picture.
He's letting his pride get in the way. You see the Phasmid turn to him, its mandible antennae reaching out. Its motions are quick, sudden.
Resmi çekse miydi ya?
Bilemedim. Bul diyorum.
Ha kısıda.
Understood. Of course.
The spindly mechanism turns
Tecrübe
itself back
kazandık.
to you, its antennae taking their measure of the air, slowly.
Ya resmi çeksek neyse tamam devam et.
Önce 3.
Tamam sen bilirsin.
Selam korkma. Selam.
The creature tilts its tiny head to the side and appears to look at you. It is incredibly light, like the slightest gust of wind should blow it away.
Okey
But
bastım.
it doesn't.
Oh. Ya korktum bir atacağız diye.
Breath held, you take two small steps toward the Phasmid. The creak-like laughter, a sort of sweat drips from your brow, soaking your chest. You reek of it. The tracheal system on the creature's abdomen expands in front of you to take in. Hissing and clicking, it extends its mandible-like antennae to greet you. You're right below it now, looking up at the colossal chitin of its white limbs. The head of the
fotoğrafını
creature
çeksin
is
bence.
crowned by reeds, and its eyes are like small droplets of water.
Ondan sonra bunları şey yapabiliriz bence. Çektim.
Okay.
There is no change in the insect's motion while it's being aimed by.
In 3. If it moves, you jump back. I'll shoot. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
The shrill flash of the camera cuts
Çekti.
the air like the blade of a sword. The Phasmid freezes in its bright light. Head turned toward the lieutenant, hypnotized by the flash. The sweat on your arms feels cold as ice, as if you're frozen as well. In the shadow,
I got it.
Bunlardan birini yapayım mı?
Olur.
the antennae hang from a great height. With your hand shaking, You barely touch the tip of the left whisker. On contact, the kiting curls into a spiral, like the tip of a poison ivy.
Be careful, detective. It's moving.
The limb before you is incredibly light, like eggshell. It's much lighter than a reed. You feel a soft push could tip the creature over. Its hollow exoskeleton collapsing.
Geri çekiyorum.
A sudden shiver passes the limb. Looks like the creature is awakening. Some sort of countdown process is happening. That's all you have time to think. Another shudder pulses through the creature's limbs. It jolts back to life, like a record continuing where it left off, in a swaying, praying motion. Even no reply. A total ancient silence comes from its mouth. You were right. Little bubbles form on the mouth parts of the creature, on its segmented lower lip. It looks to be foaming, slowly. The faintest smell, like you've never felt before. Like burnt roses.
Careful. It may be poisonous.
The foam slowly turns a darker shade, like burnt caramel, as the insect moves its mouth, letting out that same smell, like summer burning.
Şunları söyleyeyim mi?
Maybe it is real. The pheromone.
About now, he is ready to believe in anything. The insect's head is crowned with reed-like scales, the shape of seed heads. They rustle as the air moves. The ventricles breathing you in, your sour, greasy semiochemicals on the breeze. The insect stops its stridulation, seeming to observe you. Suddenly, there is silence.
Gireyim o zaman.
The invertebrate comes back to life, stridulating. Sets of complex eyes follow you, moving in tandem on either side of the insect's small
Basıyorum.
head.
Yes.
Tell me what it's like for you.
Ateş gibi yok mu?
Fire? Where? I do not have fire inside me. In me, there is not even blood. Now, I will tell you what it's like for me. For me, it is a series of half-lit images. A kind of darkness being intruded upon. Shapes of plants and animals, and internal sensations. A swarm of sounds, tiny vibrations on the inside of my... I am at the end of a narrow funnel, weightless, so light, it only feels like something to be me. In truth, perhaps I'm nothing. I certainly do not have a soul, and if I did, it will never burn. Are you sure? Sometimes, when molting, I will grow a lost limb. One time something went wrong, and a small leg replaced the missing antenna.
Bence iyiymiş.
No, the leg tried to move around independently, making it hard to walk. Yes, thankfully someone ate it. The next time I molded, I grew an antenna again. So am I. I was born to detect sucrose rewards and semiochemicals. What were you born to detect?
Katil.
He's in a bad state, deteriorating fast now. He thinks I am beneficial to him, but I am not. I only quicken his deterioration very slowly. and only because he won't go away. It is meant to keep them from noticing me, to interfere with the pictures in their heads. But he has looked at me for too long, and I am destroying him. No, you are awake. I am real. Light is forming me. Not even the birds know that. Not even the water lily.
Bir. İki.
Hangisini istiyorsan.
I think we should eat it. If it's a leaf, you can put it in your mouth. Or read. Yum yum. I am an unknown species of the order Phantasmadia, endemic to the Insulandian Insula. For the last 350 years, I have hidden in plain sight. Masked no one unnoticed by the first settlers and the land surveyors of the suzerain. Also, by the soldiers of the revolution, and I have stayed hidden through 4 forms of government and 2 scientific revolutions, until I was accidentally discovered by a detective of the citizen militia in Rebelshaw district. No, you are. The moral of our encounter is, I am a relatively medium life form, while it is you who are a total. The pale too came with you. No one remembers it before you. The Nidarians do not. It is a nervous shadow cast into the world by you, eating away at reality. A great, unnatural territory. You're a violent and irrepressible miracle. The vacuum of cosmos and the stars burning in it are afraid of you. Give me enough. We suspect it will be something like the oxygen holocaust that wiped out anaerobic life 2.6 billion years ago.
Instead of air, you exhale thoughts. There are no trees that eat thoughts.
Everything your eyes touch goes back there, behind the nose mirror. What if you blink? Are we still here? Please don't blink. What if he misplaces us all one day, or just forget?
Gözünü kırpma dedi.
Hı.
Kırpacak mısın?
Yo, ben hangisi diye bakıyorum.
Harika.
Please be. Or one day, one of you will close your eyes and sigh, and open them to see that none of this ever existed.
It doesn't look like that, no. You're just staring at it. I think you should back away from the unstudied species now.
No, there is one more.
İki diye düşünmüştüm ben de.
Thank you. I also have one more thing to say to you before you go. That woman, turn from the ruin. Turn and go forward. For all mankind.
Ön kalıp değil mi?
Sanki olmuştuktan sonra belli böyle.
Right to me. Behind you, it smells of fires. So awful. She was hell on earth. It doesn't take a 3-meter stick insect to tell you that.
As you're turning away, the phasmid mirrors your movements, stepping on the water, the long limbs carrying its feather weight without breaking its surface.
Vay, güzel bir deneyimdi.
And just like that, it's gone, skating away across the sea's calm mirror and something under it. In the place it stood, bobbing there, among the reeds, a collection of items.
It's gone. Apparently, yes. Like a water strider. Only, I've never seen anything like that in my life. Looks like a nest of some sort. We should have a look.
What now?
In some kind of strange.
Our suspect is not looking so good. We need to check.
Raportu buldum.
Kıyafet buldum. Aa, kaskı bulduk. Vay, kaskı bulabileceğimi hiç düşünmüyordum. Ne?
Dürbünü de buldum.
Tüfek dürbünü de buldum. Ama çok paslı bu. Pasaportu bulduk.
This passport, issued by the Sovereign Republic of Oranje, is issued to a
Classia's hidden documents. From the MT boy.
It's Klasia, with short black hair and glasses.
Maybe our man, Mr. Dross, took it from Classia's, or whatever her name was. Hiding place, or...
Çantası için almıştım büyük ihtimalle.
Perhaps, but that still doesn't explain how it got into the nest. Like a magpie? What a coincidence. I can see how the helmet could wash up on the island. And the scope. Maybe Mr. Dross lost it. But to seek this out would be very unusual behavior for an arthropod. She said it would be for Anouk Meyer-Smith.
Katarzyna Alazia was supposed to be her real name. Wait, I told you she kept lying to you. She's probably lying to someone else right now, in another city.
Yes, somehow she managed to lie to us one more time. In a way, I don't know. But it's not Katarzyna Alasia or Klasia or Anouk Meyer-Smith. Perhaps it's better that we didn't arrest her.
The winds are silent. The streets are empty of her. She is no longer in the city of Revachol.
Belki de tutuklamadığımız iyi oldu dedi bak şimdi de. Puan vermiyorum şimdilik. Ne şey çıktı zaten, tamam.
What is it? What do you want from me? I can't go.
Something is very wrong with him now.
Bir saniye.
What do you want from me? I can see.
Mr. Dross?
The man does not respond. He keeps staring, black eyes glazed over and bulging from their sockets. His gap-toothed mouth, a light shiver passes him, followed by...
He's going into some kind of psychomotor immobility. The good news is...
The trembling mouth appears to sigh.
Between this and the broken tire he's used for a boat, I think it's safe to leave him here, while we go and get help. It will need to be medical first, I'm afraid.
Okay. Bunları sırayla soruyorum.
Shock. Yes, the arrest and the appearance of the Phasmid.
There's much more. Remember what it said? Quite a few things about that health check you did on him make sense now.
Bir bence.
That could be part of the shock. But you're right, something is off here.
No response.
Then how did we see it? Oh, you mean, whatever does this, does it over time? Teenagers, kids, drunks, sightings are brief and hence not credible. But anyone... Mr. Dross, have you ever seen a The doctors will have to look at this. I hope your station has better medical personnel than 57. This is a little advanced for a nurse.
2.
He was energetic and articulate. After all these years alone, with little hygiene or medication, I would expect worse. He does not seem to be animated now it's left. Honestly, I'm ready to believe anything at this point. Maybe it is I mean, why not? It's 3 meters tall. You mean pheromonal?
Bence de.
He does not look hormonal anymore. Motionless. His plastic cape flaps
Konuştum
in a sudden
demeyelim.
gust of wind.
He did seem distressed when it finally came to arresting him, like he didn't want to leave this. I have absolutely forgotten to take notes. I hope I remember all of this. This will be one hell of a report.
No one would believe you without it. He stares into the reeds. Your words don't stir anything in him. Perhaps you should. Nothing. Just dull staring. Not even rage left.
If Kuno kicked it into the sea, as he said he did, the ebb would put it back here. This makes sense. Mr. Dross could have picked it up. Or the phasmid even. If it did, this is incredible.
I lost.
He turns his eyes to the reeds again, as he's done so many.
He lost the scope. Then it somehow made its way over there. With the help of a magpie phasmid. This sight is a T9, Mr. Dross. Was it attached to the rifle?
Silence. You've gotten all you will out of this poor being. No reaction. His breathing is slow, and this is an old man, at last. No longer a tin soldier.
Did you take this passport and other papers from a boy on the...
There.
He hears us. The spirit?
No reply.
Try something else? We got him back for a moment.
The plastic cape flaps around his face. The blacks of his eyes are receding. His pupils are returning. The strength has all gone out of him. Just frail old bones in a sack.
We should think about getting back to the mainland. To get help. He'll be safe here. If we don't take too long.
Ya bırakıp gidecek miyiz onu? Bu kadar mantıklı bir şey bu.
Yani çok mantıklı değil. Ben olsam bırakıp gitmezdim açıkçası. Şu silahımızı cebimize koyalım tekrar. Evet.
ICM? This feels familiar somehow.
It does. The RCM may descend from the ICM. It's impossible to say. It was chaos after the war. The name was good for getting people to...
Nice political thoughts rush through. A mediocre athlete would pant from dragging around his body on a busted crutch. But not you. You're thinking about politics, with blood dripping down your thigh.
Kan damlarken böyle seyredip düşünürüz. 2 nasıl?
No one remembers the ICM. The connotation is less important each year.
Oo, başarı kazandık. Nasıl bir başarıydı anlamadım ha.
No, an upside-down star.
With its horns in the sky, the symbol of the commune.
No, that's the uninhabited archipelago.
a DeLorean era symbol of Insulinda, known as the face in the sea.
After 44 years? That's not nearly enough to hide what... One of these barrels was still leaking fuel, as you saw. The city is full of things like this. Old bullets, guns, fuel.
Bir kez söyleme. Söyleme.
Insulindian Citizens Militia. It's the official name of the...
Sounds an awful lot like.
Niye zaten biri atladın ki sen? İkiden başladın.
RHM'ye benzediğini düşündüğüm için atladım ya. Bu ne?
Oradan şey yaptı, gitmedi.
Aa doğru, pardon ya.
The skiff is swaying on the waves by the dock.
Let's. We are done here.
The skiff rocks gently, but for the sound of conversation on the water, there is someone. Two men and a woman stand on the concrete square of a name. You reach the jetty and climb out of the skiff.
Look what the tide brought him. Harry, you're bleeding all over the place. You're half dead.
Whatever this is, it is completely unimportant compared to what you've just seen. This is the man with sunglasses from the Whirling in Rags. But where are his sunglasses?
Bothered by it. Harry, you look like you need a fucking organ transplant. Oh, fuck it. Let's not get into that.
Hello, I'm Trent Heilerstam. I believe we've met on several occasions.
Evet, senin yanında oğlun yok muydu ya?
I'm your goddamn partner, Jean-Victor, and this is your special task force. Or what's left of it. Special Consultant Trent Heilerstam, Patrol Officer Judith Minot.
Hi.
We've come to scrape what's left of you off the pavement.
Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi, Prison 57. We've just come from the island, where our investigation led us.
The scene is making even him feel as though he has to justify your actions.
We might need your help with something later.
As if he recalled that he's in fact a decorated police lieutenant and not a naughty boy.
But this is clearly a departmental matter, so I'm going to leave you to discuss it among yourselves.
Beni de kurtlar adına. Ah. Üç bence.
Tamam.
Sen ne derdin?
Olur olur.
It's good to meet you, Lieutenant Kitsuragi.
Letting the lieutenant know he shouldn't feel embarrassed over the shitstorm that's about to befall you.
Konu nedir diye soruyorum.
Ari, we want to help you. Trent, I believe this is where you come in?
I don't quite know what I'm doing here. I was asked to participate as an expert. I think I need to manage your expectations a little. I'm at best an enthusiast in cognitive science. My background is in something else entirely. I engage in neurology on a merely theoretical level. In fact, I should probably get going.
No, Trent, it's too late. You're part of this shit now. What have you got to say for yourself, shit?
What does he have to say for himself? He shit kid. What an interesting moniker.
The cafeteria manager you fucked over told us where you went.
And the people on the street helped us too, with your whereabouts.
You're a legend among the drunks, Harry. A legendary local drunk. God damn it, Harry. You told us to fuck off. You said we're cramping your style. Your detective god. Fuck everything. All we burn. Detect or die.
Bir bence. Yok.
Bir de diyorsun.
Yo, ben de 1-5 arasında kaldım da.
Sure. You're not a superstar law official. Talk on the town is your Guillaume le Million reincarnate. I know this shit. Nothing has changed.
Yok ya, bunları tek tek diyeceğiz. Tamam.
Tek tek demeyebiliriz bence.
O zaman 7.
Yeah. Major Crimes Unit. Under Lieutenant Dubois and Vicomar. Ring any bells?
Bir.
Refresh your memory? It's a goddamn Major Crimes Unit. There's you, me, Jude, Tron fucking Hyde.
I'm technically just a civilian.
Oh, fuck you. You're part of this shit show. Do? It's a Major Crimes Unit. We clear the desk of cases so Precinct 41 doesn't look like the worst station in town. We are shit tier now, Harry. Because of you.
The 41st isn't...
The bells aren't ringing because you have brain damage. Trant, this is where you come in. How bad it...
Well, he doesn't have visible tremors, he talks without slurring, he can drive a boat, he's standing, reasoning.
Meaning, you forgot both who you are and the definitions of money, Isola, Pell, and so.
As displayed in the station call, our interactions with him, and I don't want to be a snitch, but also mine with him before when Harry did not seem to know who I was.
Interesting?
Yes, interesting. I have my theories, but I would like to hear Harry's thoughts first. Harry, what do you think happened to you? Neurologically, psychologically, and why not socioeconomically?
Bence 5. Veya 6.
Psychotraumatic amnesia, Trant? I can go for that. Shit kid is a broken man. Always has been. Who is I keep my shit together. Also, I know a person can't wipe their own mind, however traumatic it gets. That doesn't happen. You're...
But Detective Vigmer, he has blanked out before. Yes, a couple of times. After some of the more serious benders. One was after the two drunks case.
Interesting. So at first he dipped his toes into it, prepared. That's where he would have gotten the idea, yes. Practice. And
What do you mean?
well, here's my theory. What if this is an absolutely normal reaction to the world we're living in? What if this is not a significant anomaly at all? Something... Look at the ruins, the neon. Listen to the radio, the multitudes, the people. Live here for 40 years. As a police detective, he's like a magnetic reader on the world tape, to borrow a known metaphor. Hardwired to the free market. He just needed for its end.
Okay, Trent, thank you. That's absolutely meaningless. I'm glad we brought you. Will he or will he not be able to work in the major crimes unit? Is he a cretin now? I want to know.
He's not a cretin, and he is able to do work. If not in his previous leadership role, then as a line detective.
Dört. Ya, 5 bence. Bir şey
Bence
söyleyelim mi?
ya 1 ya 2 olsun.
Evet. O zaman 1.
No one even mentioned that. I misphrased my question. It should have been, is he able to put his clothes on and use the party? Or do we need to get him on a dizzy... Now nothing. Now we're just going to stand here. No. Now we discuss that. What the fuck did you do to a motor carriage? Why is it there, Harry?
Söyleyelim mi?
Aynen.
Gerildim ha.
Ah, so refreshing. He just admits it. Thank you for your honesty. Thank you for destroying 45,000 real of police. It doesn't matter. Your badge, Harry. Show me your badge.
In a rush to demonstrate your badge, your eager fingers can't sustain a grip on the smooth plastic, and the badge slips out.
Şey yere düşüyor, her şeyi yakal. Ben var ya bu oyunu bir daha oynayacak olursam el göze basacağım
Şu
her
an
şeyi.
verebiliyorsan ver.
Ha şu an veririm.
Bıktım bu el gözden.
El göze veremiyorum. Doluymuş.
Abi
Ben de
keşke
baktım,
yemek
benim yok.
gelseydi.
Bastım gitti ya, maksimum yere düşer. Aa çıkardı vallahi.
Bunda ya.
Not today, badge.
Ama ne yapıyor?
Yok ya.
And your gun?
As if having your badge and gun are natural states, not achievements.
He has it. And he didn't drop it. You're drunk like a bum, Harry. Put that thing away before you kill someone.
Hayır ya, içmiyoruz ya.
So you forgot to drink? I don't buy it. Why do you smell like a corpse then?
He's wounded. It's been a long week, and he's handled an actual corpse.
A bit of a week? You're drunk, and you let a suspect escape, a certain Clasier, because you were too drunk to assess a flight risk.
We've read the report, Sari. Lieutenant Kitsuragi's. We know.
Bir şey söyleyeceğim. Hakikaten biz oyunun başından beri bir kere içmedik ha. O kendimize geldiğimizden beri.
Aynen.
Yani. Hangisi?
İki.
Oh well, if she was nice. I'm not even gonna get into the other suspect, who also escaped. Yeah, Ruby something. Or the fact that you're Everclear's little peony now, doing I don't know what for him. That's small-time stuff. That's compared to the 6 people who were gunned down. The streets are literally red with blood, Harry. It was fucking mass murder.
He did everything he could.
Evet.
We did everything we could. The company hired and vetted mercenaries. Lieutenant Dubois got between them and the locals.
Canım Kim.
Here comes the cavalry.
Evet ya.
Evet ya.
Canım.
He did so at considerable risk to his own life. He was shot and survived only because of his armor. We stopped an execution, not a negotiation. The loss of life was minimal compared to what it could have been.
Vaka çözüldü diyelim mi? Sence çözüldü mü?
Vaka bence tam çözülmedi ya. Adamda bazı şeyler var. Bir.
Bu da 2. İkisinden biri bence.
Bir dedim.
Thank you for the input, Lieutenant Kitsuragi. I didn't mean to suggest you didn't handle the situation.
He thinks of apologizing, but decides against it.
You've spent the week with him on this case. What is your take
On the case?
on Lieutenant Yefretor Dubois?
Well, the drinking, the gun losing, also losing the badge. That's all true. Although he has not been drinking on the job this week.
See?
1 week.
Then there's the superstardom. He likes to, from time to time,
Bu
allude
iki de
to
birbirine
being a
sandım.
superstar law official. At first I thought it was a joke, but now I'm not so sure. He says disco about 20 times a day. It's just strange, especially in light of his political views. Detective Dubois is, as you may know, a true blue moralist, a man of the center, not prone to political outbursts, which is commendable, but also at odds with his behavior. Other still, he is also a Mazovian socio-economist who believes in liquidating the ruling class. How he reconciles these 2 points of view, I do not know. But he is. And then there's the motor carriage in the sea, something I was not present for. But despite all this, he is a great detective. One of the best I have seen, in fact.
Eyvallah Kim.
Bu senin işte şeyinden ya. Asla hangi görüşe uyacağına karar vermeyin.
Kararsız bir çocuğum.
Allah'ım.
He can talk human beings into telling him everything. And he doesn't stop. In all the time I've spent with him, he has not once stopped pursuing leads, however far-fetched and tangential. Well, except that one time when he stopped to sing karaoke, which, by the way, was a valiant effort.
Yeah, it was what it was.
Other than that one time, he has tirelessly worked on the case, and he solved it. We have a confession, a murder weapon, and the perpetrator. He apprehended a revolutionary brigade who stayed hidden for 50 years, ever since the revolution, who's probably committed other murders over those years.
A new species?
A colossal stick insect. It was on the island, camouflaged as the reeds. It unfolded from the reeds. I think we may be
He takes out the photo of the phasmid and shows it to the officers across the yard. The
Ha,
wind
rüzgar
blows,
çırpıyor fotoğrafı.
flapping the glossy rectangle in
Gidecek
his
mi
hand.
acaba fotoğraf?
You hear gasps beneath the howling of the wind.
As you can see, it's about 3 meters tall. In fact, we think it may be the largest land invertebrate ever discovered.
Üç bebeğim. Ne dersin? 3. Ha cool mu olalım diyorsun 4 değil.
Yok fark etmez.
Hiçbir şey söylememiş öyle. Hadi hiçbir şey söylemedim.
Ya hangisini söylemek istiyorsan.
Ya daha cool olur.
Fucking hell is that? Is this somehow connected to the case?
Detective? The old man was not aware of the phasmid's presence, exhibiting a strange, atypical dementia.
So it is connected.
I must say, this is absolutely extraordinary. I don't even have a
Yes. It really does make it hard to fire the drunk.
This is a very,
Partner.
very sad man who has just seen something that's made him forget his sadness. Now you make your case. Now is the time. Now or never.
Ellerini şey yap.
Eller havaya kıpırdama. Şimdi bence öncelikle 3 veya 4 diyelim.
Önce
4. Okey.
dikkat et.
This is a
Dikkat olsun.
conversation for when we are no longer out in the open. In Martinaise'de, where Everard and Edgar Clare have ears everywhere.
Understood, of course.
But a case against Everard would be big.
I would prefer not to partake in anything union related for political news.
This has to be good stuff for him to backpedal out of it at first mention.
3.
Lilianovich, a revolutionary matronym. The custom started in Grad, where they have patronyms: Krasovich, Lasovich, etc. The revolutionaries saw this man's mother was Lilian, his Lilian's son, Lilianovich. The custom was overturned after the revolution failed, but not before.
So, it is what a soldier of the ICM would be called.
Thank you, Trant. Thank you for that piece of cultural theory. You said you have a motive?
Of course, excuse me, I just thought it was noteworthy.
He wasn't quite sure about the straggler before he heard this detail. It must have convinced him.
Diyorsun.
Ya aslında tam olarak neden vurduğundan çok emin değiliz yani. Kıskançlıktan daha çok gibi hani konuştu orada ama Phasmid'in kimyasalı da neden olmuş olabilir. O Everard'a bir daha iş yapmayacağım demişti zaten. Hani 2 olmadığını düşünüyorum ben ama yani 1 olduğuna da %100 de emin değilim açıkçası.
Ama en yakın sence hangisi?
En yakın 1
iyisi
bence.
neden?
Bence 1. Bastım.
Hadi bakalım.
Jealousy. I thought this Lilianovich was an old man. To have been hiding for 50 years.
A strange psychosexual fixation, aggravated possibly by proximity to the phasmid. And also, we have ballistics from the gun, matching the bullet found in the dead mercenary's head.
It's a clean win.
Oh, it's way more than that. Way more.
Sen diyorsun.
Bence de.
I've never doubted you can pull yourself together and work. In bouts. Bouts don't last. I can still smell the booze on the wind.
Abi o zaman gel yanımıza oradan kokla.
Ama hiç
God damn it. Doesn't it ever leave? It is there.
Aa,
in
aşk
your
olsun
bones or
algı.
something.
Sen de mi?
It will pass in time.
bunu söylemeye gerek var mı?
Bence hepsini söyleyelim ya. Yaptığımız işler bence bir sonraki bir check gelecek. Bence orada artı puan katacak. Bana öyle geliyor. Ya bence bunu yani 5-6-7'yi kesin söylüyorum zaten.
Söyleyelim bakalım.
Yes, yes. Fallen through a gap in a boardwalk. Drunk.
The body was transported to Precinct 41, our morgue. I had Tilbrook.
You're not the only cop in the world, Harry. This all comes.
Still, good work with the missing person, detective.
Eyvallah.
Sağ ol
Still a
diyor.
point for you. No denying it.
6. Bence hepsini söyleyelim ya.
Peki.
I don't know what a dim commercial area is. Why? That's not what you were supposed to do here.
There was a possible witness in there, and it was close to the crime scene. He was just chasing a lead and ended up advising a local shopkeeper. It was okay.
Of course. Call it community outreach, right?
Uyuşturucuya el koyduk desek mi demesek mi? Konuyla paylaştık çünkü onu.
Demeyelim bence.
Bence de.
Kilise de gece kulübü açtığımızda söyle. Ne dersin? Artık sorun yoksa buradan söylemek istediğin bir şey var mı?
Ya sanki bana buradaki yaptığımız işler artık puan getirecekmiş gibi hissettiriyor da ondan dolayı duruyorum. Ölsek
Ben
mi,
acaba
ölmesek
bazı
mi?
şeyler... Ya adam çok ters konuşuyor.
Hmm.
O yüzden ben geriliyorum. Şimdi bu adam olmasa ben Judith'le diğer arkadaşa
Aynen.
bütün yaşadıklarımı tatlı tatlı anlatırım.
Aynen. Bunun babasını söylemeyelim. O uyuşturucu ver bakalım uyuşturucu derler. Çat diye yarısını veririz.
Kilise de gece kulübü açtığında bence
Aynen onu da söylemeyelim.
Hazmet'in dişi olduğunu söylemek.
Gözü sazlıklarda yuva yapıyordu. Onu söyleyebiliriz. Çok
Hadi
bir şey
söyleyelim abi.
kaybettirmez galiba.
Female? What?
You had to see it. It had the subdued colors of a female. And the nesting,
Incredible. Were there eggs in the nest?
not as far as I could see. There were other things there, though.
Bir.
Actually, you know, this would indicate it was a male. This is far from anything in my field, but I think such nests are called bowers. They are for attracting mates.
Dişi lan.
Of
Erkek
course, as I
mi?
said, I'm only guessing. I didn't see it. It must be robust if it can move a whole helmet with its limbs.
Yes, but also
Şeyini yapmayayım.
red-colored, beige and brown.
Incredible. The PR value of this is exceptional. Carp discovers news piece.
This would really help with some of the problems we've been having.
Absolutely, this is great. This does not say
bak bu
vigilante
böyle
murderers to me at all.
değişik bir
This
yoldan
is
artık attı
science,
aslında.
news, human.
Without it,
You're doing good here. Perhaps only for a moment. Quit while you're ahead? Or no?
Ne? Ne demek o ya? Ne diyor o dedi?
Bana bu Türkçe bir şey dedi ama ben de tam çözemedim.
Bir şey basma.
Bir basmıyorum. Bence 8 ya.
Uyuşturucuya koyduğumuzu söylersek veya şu biri ya of. Nasıl karşılık vereceklerini tahmin edemediğim için çok bunlar artık puan mıdır gerçekten hani.
Şimdi uyuşturucunun bir kısmını
Burada
Kuno'yla
yaptığımız güzel
paylaştığımız
şeyler
için
yazıyor sonuç itibariyle.
Aynen.
O yüzden.
uyuşturucunun bir kısmını Kuno'yla paylaştığımız için 7'yi kesin söylemeyelim zaten.
Ama
Ama bir de mesela
kim
gece
yoktu ama yalan söylediğimiz fark ederdi.
tabii. Ama mesela gece kulübü açacaklardı. Aslında Met laboratuvarı açacaklarmış adamlar. Onu engelledik. Direkt gece kulübü açtırdık.
Evet. Ama acaba onu söyler mi bilmiyorum ki. Şu an 2 tane uyuşturucuyla alakalı şey kaldığı için birazcık bilemiyorum.
Bence biri de söyleyelim ya.
I don't want to, but you discovered a new species and solved the murder. So I have to. Jude,
Anything that ends the trial is okay with me.
Agreed. The public relations potential of this is too valuable to let go.
okay. We have vehicles in the square, and the perpetrator needs to be taken into custody. Let's go.
Now you will finally get to know who you are.
Şu an mı öğrenelim? O kadar konuştuk ya. Ben bitti sandım konuşmam.
Ben de bitti sanmıştım.
The man looks westward, impatient, jingling his car keys in his pocket.
Beş.
Direkt oradan mı başlıyorsun?
Ben çok Fazmit'te kimi merak ediyorum. Önce onları sorup sonra
Özellikle
diğerlerini
kimse.
sorayım.
Well, first I will go back to my station and write the most detailed report anyone has ever seen. It will have to be good to cover all these. Then, detective, we just stopped a small-scale war. Something is happening to Revachol. I don't know what yet, but it's going to be a hard spring for the RCM. We need to get ready, infiltrate.
Distant traffic. A scrap of newspaper drifts by, carried by the wind. It
Ben de
says,
sevdim ya kimi.
tensions rise in Terminal YC in light of the débardeurs strike in Terminal B. Among representatives of every industry in Coal City, you read. Le Retour.
Biz 41 miyiz?
Hep bunu karıştırıyorum ya. Sanırım 41 biziz ya.
41 bizsek.
Aynen.
Talk to Captain Price? I'd rather not ruffle the feathers of two captains with my doom-mongering. Work with Price? I'm flattered, but I don't know if I...
Ya geç. Hadi gel.
Fit in, and crazy enough, can take the stress. This truly came as a surprise to him. Not a bad one, but
Flattered? You're Lieutenant Kitsuragi. We would be flattered if you even considered.
I would have to tie things up in GRIH first. But, I mean, whatever is coming, Jamrock will be more central to it than the harbor.
And we also have a huge caseload, Lieutenant. Piles that we need to get back to. Mountains, even.
I do like the sound of that.
Görev kazandık, başarım kazandık.
he's really considering it.
Yaşasın.
Nice. Fazmit'i söylüyorum şimdi.
Tamam.
Who is Lena?
She lives at 1113 Tabernacle Road in
Tabernacle? It's on the way over. Near
Güzel.
where you live on Perdition.
Kimi de
Fine,
getirelim.
if we're gonna drop you off anyway.
She and her husband were conducting the search for the Phasmid. They should know as soon as possible. It would do you good to deliver some
She is going to be over the moon. Watch out or she'll faint.
Evet, geldik zor kısma.
Sonuçuz abi.
Yani sırayla gidiyorum.
İstediğin sırayla git.
Who are you? You're a gym teacher, Harry. Well, obviously you're not a gym teacher anymore, but
Before you were a cop, you were a gym teacher in Coron. It's getting really cold outside. Should we maybe...
Harry, it explains everything. The running around, the jumping, the bicep girth, your inexplicable facial hair. The fact that you don't seem to know what homosexuality is. Of course. Contact Mike.
he's been on about Mike again. I hate that guy.
Üç. Ya iki... Biri söylemeyeyim bence.
Tamam.
In your 20s or late 20s, you've really let yourself go since then. Yes, you towed Jim in Cool. I believe that's the term. Towed Jim.
The smell of sweat and glue. Kuro is just east of Jamrock. It was a short walk.
High school. Harry, your goings on with Kuno, Andre, Asel, the whole thing on the ice. That's why you are so juvie.
Ay konuşuyorum ya.
His smirk suggests barely contained laughter.
The regular. You found some chick. She inspired you to fight the big fight. Be more than you are. All that.
You, every morning, walking from Voyager Road to teach gym. She, leaving for the academy with us.
I knew it. I knew no normal human being can run like that.
Bak ya.
He's a
Ne var oğlum az bir
nice
koçluysa.
teacher.
It's not a mystery. Some chick fucked you over. Also, you were drunk. Dubois? It was Dora Engelund, I think. You've said her name, but you weren't married. You were engaged. No one is married anymore. This is Revachol. God, I don't know. 6 years ago, she was wet.
6 years and you haven't gotten over it. What the hell is wrong with you?
Aldığınız 3'tü o.
3 değil.
6.
Yeah, or 7. You're not doing too good there. It's an old man thing. 2 old years equals 1 normal year. That and Dora Engelund really tore you a new one. A big one. Incredibly bangable.
Bu adamın çalıştırması.
Bence de.
She was extremely fuckable, Harry. Gorgeous.
Snow Welkin. Blonde heartbreak Welkin.
Hepsi tek tek bir şeyler söyleyecek
I've
bence.
only seen a picture, but it's obvious you formed a real spiritual connection with our...
Lan
Look.
köpek.
The sun is going down. It's time to go home.
Kızım dur.
I think she taught in the Académie des Arts, east of the river. Way east. Hard to say which came first. My point is, you need to see a psychiatrist about this shit. Not a psychologist. Several.
In other words, he's heard enough about this.
Önce bunu sorayım, en sonunu sorayım.
Us? With the bloody murder station, haven't you heard? With the bad guys. No one likes us.
That's not true. Jamrock is too big for one precinct. You're just understaffed, and everyone respects the 40.
Thank you, Lieutenant. You're being kind. It is an understaffed station and the district is too big, which is why we need to...
Get back to it. We left Torson and McLean to run the Sea Wing. It's not good.
İyi misin?
Ne diyeyim ya, ne diyeceğimi bilemedim.
God. There are 4 wings, Harry. A, B, C, and D. We're in C.
There's also a lot of outside help involved, not only me.
He's anything but a loser. Although he would like to be seen as one. It's cooler that way.
Ptolemy Price? He's the son of the old Price, one of the founders of the...
He's one of the most highly regarded men in the force.
Somewhere under the curved roof of a former silk factory, shaped like a ladybird with 2 chimneys, they speak of change, the city, the tension on the streets. They speak of the events of April and the blood on the streets in May.
So he remembers that. Yes, there may have been a raid on some churches. It wasn't.
Shooting up churches never is. I was out of town, to be clear.
Our enemies were hiding in a church, to the best of our information. That's it.
He means it. The RCM and your clearance will not go up while you're within earshot of the Union headquarters.
Okay, it's not the bloody murder station. It's an old converted silk mill with green...
Jamrock is the largest ghetto in Rivershore. Faubourg, technically, but...
The press will blow over. Jamrock is lucky to have you, and it's often considered to be...
Thank you again, Lieutenant.
Bir şey fark ettin mi? Bak saat 12 geçti ama 7. günü geçmedi. Herhalde oyunu 7. gün sonunda bitirmen gerekiyor demek ki, ben anladığım kadarıyla.
No. You're too unstable to work for my boss. You're suicidal, Harry. No mob boss would take you.
I assure you, I wouldn't consult for a corrupt unit.
He would immediately backpedal out. I told you it's not that bad.
Okay. O zaman hazırım.
Good.
Fuck it, let's go. Trump brought his motor carriage. It's a 20-minute drive to Jamrock.
Under the night sky, the great district sleeps. A black chessboard of old wooden houses. 80,000 living souls. You close your eyes and hear the dogs bark. A lone woman sits by a factory window, dreaming of meteorite strikes. Dawson? Yes. McLean? Yes. Heidelstein? No. Vicmere? Yes. Dubois? Of course. Really? Nix Gottlieb looks up from the list. I hear he's unstable. You say that like it's a bad thing. Captain Ptolemy Price gestures with a ballpoint pen. It's dim in the office, and the curtains are drawn.
Wonderful. Then can we please just go back to Jamrock now?
Şimdi bizimle gelecek mi?
Gelecek galiba.
Bir de bizim gelin. Of, çok tatlıydı.
Vallahi bitirdik oyunu be. Bu adam işten attılar, Robert Kurtz'un neydi? Ulan dolandırıcı mı ne çıktı ama tam hikayesini ben de bilmiyorum.
Bu arada Türkçe yamasının çıkması çok güzel.
Değil mi? Ben bunu işte ilk girdiğimde İngilizceydi. İlk
Cümleler çok
5-6 saatini oynadım ve o 5-6 saatte o şeyle konuştum işte. İri siyahi adamla konuştum. Düşün yani nasıl konuştum sen düşün. Adam orada böyle bir şeyler söylüyor. Hem Fransız aksanıyla İngilizce konuşuyor, hem İngilizce yazıyor. Böyle bakıyorum ya ne diyor, nasıl, ne oluyor ya falan diyorum. Çok zordu. İngilizcesini yapan firma neydi? Picklock'tu galiba.
Kamiller Çok güzel.
Arada
Ben çok beğendim.
Teşekkürlerimizi iletiyoruz yani, muhteşem çevirmiş bence. Birkaç kişi giydirmişti Twitter'da ama bence çok güzel çevirmişler.
Hocam sizin elinize sağlık.
Hocam asıl sizin elinize sağlık. Teşekkür ederim bana bu macerada eşlik
yapmadım.
ettiğiniz için.
Ben izledim. Çok keyif aldım.
Seçmeme oradan küçük ipuçları verdim bana.
Yok ya, çok hoşuma gitti benim gerçekten. Çok tatlı oyun.
Güzel de.
Güzel bitirdik
Ya,
bence de.
ya
Dersi.
benim tek içime sinmeyen bir nokta var.
Hı.
O da şu. Bence tatil çok olmamış ya. Tatil daha farklı biri çıksaydı
Sen
daha iyi
çünkü,
olurdu.
yeni biri çıksın istemedin bence. Yani daha önce tanıştığımız, ettiğimiz ya da bağlantılı olabilecek biri çıksın istediğin gibi geliyor bana.
Ya yeni birini geçtim. Ya çok böyle bir tane dayı çıktı yani orada duran, dürbünle milleti izleyip vuran bir dayı çıktı yani.
Ben de şeyden çok memnun değilim bizim oynayışımızla alakalı. Çok fazla görev kaçırdık ya.
Evet, bazı görevleri kaçırdık. Olsun, fazla falan buldu.
Heyecanlandık, acele ettik.
Aynen.
O şeyde Ruby'ydi değil mi? Ruby'yi bulduğumuz yerde katili bulacağız diye böyle biraz heyecanlı davrandık. Halbuki
Aynen.
orada aslında birkaç tane görev yapıp daha tatlı bitirebilirdik.
Evet.
Ama ben hani genel olarak bir kere çok keyif aldım. Bir daha oynanır bu arada.
Bir daha
Farklı
net
özellikler verip bir daha oynanır.
Net oynar. Benim ilk vereceğim özellik el göz koordinasyonu.
Bahçıvanın Elizabeth gidiyor bakın.
Çok güzeldi ya. Çıkabiliyor muyum bundan? Çıkamıyorum. Son sahne var mı emin değilim. Ama en azından şöyle bitireyim olmazsa.
Seslendirme de çok iyi değil.
Seslendirme de çok iyiydi ya. Gerçekten çok iyiydi. Bu oyun ilk çıktığında seslendirme de yok. İnsanlar, oynayanlar işte CS mesela seslendirmesi sadece yazıyla oynadı bildiğim
Helal
kadarıyla. Ve açıp okuyup düşünsene ne kadar zor bir şey.
Helal olsun.
Burada seslendirme daha güzel oluyor. Özellikle bazı yerlerde bekledim ben hani konuşma bitsin diye.
Zaten Türkçe çıkınca tekrar oynadı galiba hem Panda hem CS. Emin değilim. Mete
Yok
falan.
oynamadılar.
Oynamadılar. Birinde gördüm sanki ya Türkçe. Full oynamasa bile.
Panda'ydı galiba ya. Panda İngilizce oynamamıştı sanırım çünkü. Tam emin değilim ama ondan. Ama İngilizce de oynanacak gibi değil. Tek tek çevirmen gerekiyor.
Helal olsun o oynuyor.
Ben Spider-Man'de bile şey yapıyorum ya. Bir cümle kuruyorlar. Ya burada da bir şeyler diyor işte diyor. Ay.
İtmeci Ruby.
Şeyi bulamadık mesela. Uyuşturucu kaçakçısı. O,
Evet,
ben
çünkü
Ruby
onu-
çıkacak sandım. Ruby çıkmadı.
Onu şeye girmeden önce demek yapacağız. Ruby'ye
Aynen.
gitmeden.
Aynen Ruby'ye gitmeden yapacaktık. Ama onunla ilgili bir şey de çıkmadı karşımıza. Bir ipucu da çıkmadı başka.
Bu işte şeye muhtemelen kadına gidecektik. Basıp gitti ya teknesiyle.
Ha gerçi şey adamı sıkıştırmadık biz ondan kaçırdık onu.
Evet,
Adamı
işte,
çok başta aynen adam çok başta sıkıştırsaydık
Evet ya.
Çok farklı şeyler açılacak.
Aynen.
Aynen,
Aynen.
aynen. canı sağ olsun.
Çok tatlı oyundu be.
Çok güzel oyundu.
Hoş oyun.
Evet. Sonda bir şey varsa tekrardan açacağım. Disco Elysium'u da bitirdik. Disco Elysium'un bütün oynatma listesi, bütün bölümleri burada çıktı. Oradan girip istediğinizi izleyebilirsiniz. Bence çok güzel bir oyun. Valla indirimlerle falan 15-20 liraya falan düşüyor. Zamlanmadan, kaçırmadan alın derim. Yani sizi sarmıyorsa bile küçük küçük böyle her gün bir bölüm yapa bile oynasanız yine de çok yani çok etkileyici, çok güzel bir oyun bence. İzlediğiniz için, bütün Disco Elysium'da bana eşlik ettiğiniz için çok teşekkür ediyorum. Videoyu beğenebilirsiniz, güzel yorumlar yazabilirsiniz, kanala abone olabilirsiniz. Bunları da hatırlatayım. Kelebeğe tekrardan teşekkür ediyorum.
Ben teşekkür ederim.
Bana bu macerada yanımda olduğu için. Ve Disco Elysium'dan bu kadar diyorum. Haydi bay bay.
Bye bye.